years probably. Now it's time to release the book from the hands of the Honorable Vice President. Now it's time to hear from our Chief Guest, Honorable Vice President. We are looking forward to hear your message.
Sri Padmanabhi Garu, former Home Secretary, Sri Vinod Kumar, Vice Chairman, Telangana State Planning Board, Sri Devi Prasad Wadi, Director, Center for Good Governance, Sri Anil Shah, Director, BSP Books, Private Limited, who has published this book, Dr. Mohan Kanda Garu, the author of this book, and Professor Revati, Director of this institute, and friends, brothers and sisters. It's a great pleasure for me to release the book written by one of the most dynamic officers of the Indian administration, and also one of the officers whom I admire most. The problem with Mohan Kanda ji is he always looks young, and he comes out with ideas. These ideas should be translated, should be discussed thoroughly by one and all politicians, policy makers, Niti Aayog, different state planning boards, and also legislators. And they should be not only made into policy, but also they need to be implemented in a trend spirit. The Mohan Kanda Garu told me about this book. I felt very happy because this is a subject which is very dear to my heart. I'm basically a farmer's son, because I am not practicing agriculture now. Agriculture is our basic culture. It should get a top priority, attention by the government at the center and states, because as it was rightly said, more than 50% of our population still depends and survive on agriculture, in spite of the challenges. In that sector, people, they love agriculture, they live in agriculture, and some of them, they feel that there are no alternative also. So that being the case, any government for that matter has to give top priority to agriculture and then make it a profitable and make it a happy profession. It's not that much easy. as I also has been talking about agriculture, analyzing various recommendations, going to the performance of various state governments, and also the present government. We have come out with so many policies. The Prime Minister, he believes in reforms. He gave a 3-line mantra: reform, perform and transform. Transformation of the lives of the people. Under the transformation of the lives of agriculture is more important, because they produce the food for all of us. And it is our duty, bounden duty, to see that we give a helping hand to them and make this agriculture a really worthy profession, so that they can live happily and they can continue with the cultivation. But you are all seeing slowly people are leaving that profession because it's not becoming remunerative, because of vagaries of monsoon, because of market conditions, because of so many other reasons. The people are tending to leave agriculture and migrating to urban areas. Of course, life in urban areas is not that much happy. I have worked as Rural Development Minister. Sri Mohan was there, he worked with me. And I worked as Urban Development Minister. And I have been going around the country, studying public life, more particularly agriculture. So these challenges are many. The Prime Minister has given an ambitious call. Whatever may be the criticism, the call was worth, because it started making people to think on those lines. And it started policy makers, including state governments also, to apply their mind and then work in the direction of achieving the target. So that way, the Prime Minister's call for making agriculture. And now he has drawn the attention of the people in various sectors. See, the agriculture in India, contemporary challenges in the context of doubling farmers' income. That is the heading given to this book. That means people are applying their mind. And people are trying to move in that direction. That's why I feel whatever critics may say, this is a call given with good intention, and the government started moving in that direction. I need not recall all the initiatives of the Government of India, the present or the past. There are many new policies coming, but new challenges are also coming in the agriculture sector. That's a problem. This book has thrown light into various aspects of agriculture, various challenges, and various suggestions to achieve the target. The country as a whole has gone through the pandemic. But one thing that is very noticeable is, as I mentioned by the earlier speaker, in spite of setback to all sectors, almost all, the only sector that has survived in spite of this onslaught is agriculture. The agricultural production has increased 3.8 to 4.8%. Amazing. It speaks of the hard work by the agriculturists in spite of these challenges. That's why when people talk about the frontline warriors, I suggested the farmers also should be brought into that category of frontline warriors. ఎన్ని సవాళ్ళు ఎదురైనప్పటికి కూడా, ఎన్ని కష్టాలు వచ్చినప్పటికి కూడా, రైతులు మొక్కవోని దీక్షతో వ్యవసాయం పైన దృష్టి పెట్టి ఉత్పత్తిని పెంచి మనందరినీ ఆదుకున్నారు. దాంతోపాటు పద్మనాభయ్య గారు చెప్పినట్టుగా మన ఎకానమీ కొంతన్నా నిలబడగలిగిందంటే దానికి ఒక ప్రధాన కారణం వ్యవసాయం, వ్యవసాయదారులు. I have gone through the reports of various committees. They are all worth reading and also worth following, including M.S. Swaminathan Commission recommendation and also the recommendations given by various farmers organizations. We have food security, but we need to have sustained food security. Because a country of India's size, you cannot depend on imported food security. So you need to sustain agriculture. Second, you need to focus on protein food. Not only the normal food, but protein food. That is the need of the hour. People started realizing that aspect also. And then modernizing agriculture, sustaining agriculture, making the life of the rural people more comfortable. The governments have done so many things. Irrigation has been improved, electricity comparatively has been improved, even Patadar passbooks have been given mostly. Innovative initiatives like soil health card were also provided. Credit have vastly improved, but in spite of government making provision, still the farmers has to depend on the money lenders. And because timely, affordable credit is very much required. For that, long-term policy changes are the need of the hour. This book will help in that direction. I don't agree with these suggestions because political parties, even I was in a political party till the other day, they often demand for loan waiver, free power. Free power means first low power, then no power. No power is free power only. What the farmers need is, I'm an agriculturist. Even today I keep in touch with my villagers, understand their problems. I make inquiries regularly with them, what is happening. The calls I made to district collector, particularly my collector, his first thing is, are there rains? Second question is, are the tanks are filled? Tanks, water is very much required. And as a power supply is improving, these are the basic questions I ask to the collectors. Because power, you farmers need assured power, quality power. If you give assured power, the farmers do not ask for waiver of power charges. And if you provide him the inputs on time, and if you provide him the credit on time, if you provide him proper marketing information and marketing arrangements, if you provide them rural godowns and link it with the credit, and if the farmers are able to get remunerative price, they will not ask you for loan waiver. Because of vagaries of monsoon, because of exploitation by the middlemen, the tomatoes are produced. Tomato at the producing center like Madarapalli and all, they are all sold at 1 rupee, 2 rupee kg. But in the market, consumers, they get tomato at 8 rupees, 10 rupees, and place like Delhi, sometimes it goes up to 15 rupees. Same is the case with onion. Onion producers in Nasik and many places, they get very low prices, but onion prices, they go up. And we have been facing this problem time and on. And I have memory of one instance where one state government lost because of onion prices. Delhi state government, because the onion price have gone to 40 rupees a kilo. So, sustainable agriculture is the basic need. Providing them irrigation, providing them inputs, providing them affordable interest, providing them infrastructure, road, electricity, go down, marketing facilities, cold storage units, refrigerator vans. These are the basic requirements. And though the prices of agriculture producers are increasing undoubtedly, but the prices of input cost is increasing double. That's the problem. Input cost of pesticides, input cost of seeds, input cost of other things, they are increasing phenomenally. Adequately, the price of the produce is not matching with that. And another important aspect is that the food grain production this year has reached 296.65 million tons. And even horticulture crops also estimated a record of 320.48 million metric tons. This output is despite unfavorable conditions and all. But the basic fact remains, if you provide inputs timely, if you provide affordable interest rates and credit, rural credit, if you provide them power, assured power, if you provide them more and more irrigation facilities, if you provide them with market information, if you really always think in terms of aiding agriculture and come with policies, that is going to really help agriculture and make it sustainable. Friends, crop diversification is another important aspect. We must seriously think about paddy, growing paddy, and then growing wheat beyond our requirement. How long we can sustain this? I saw recently Telangana government also said of late, we will purchase all the crop. And political parties compel, the media also highlights, after purchasing the entire produce, what is the government going to do? Everybody thinks government means again people only, na? The government is not going to spend the money from their pockets. They can't. So they have to spend from the state Ashika. That means you have to put the burden on the people without proper requirement. If there is a requirement, I can understand. That's why I was suggesting, one, of course, crop insurance is very much required. Crops also, the people will come for insurance companies, provided if they are going to have a really good market and then farmers are going to get good produce and then they are going to withstand the natural calamities, insurance companies will not come forward. So you have to make create more awareness about insurance, the need, and also reduce the premium. To some extent you can also subsidize. That's a positive subsidy that way, to encourage people to have crop insurance. What we had till the other day, of course, now things are moving in one direction. It was a loan insurance, not crop insurance. First, the banks will collect their loan and interest. So we need to think of crop diversion. we need to think of value addition. Tomato, I always tell this example, I really wonder. When I go to IITs, IIITs, number of research institutes, I tell them, tomato ketchup we are importing and tomatoes are not getting enough price. Is it a big research to develop ketchup in our country? And we also even today, I think it's shame, importing chips, potato chips. The chips normally our children eat are mostly imported. Can't we? We have surplus potato production. Can't we produce potato chips? We are ready to produce software chips, but not potato chips. It's an irony. And this aspect has to be borne in mind. And also food processing. Food processing, even the juices, we are importing some of the juices. The cool drinks also. So this is where the call of the Prime Minister for Atmanirbhar Bharat, you need to go for value addition. You need to go in a big way for food processing. You need to go for a big way improving the ENAM. What is the price in Madanapalli? What is the price in Hyderabad? What is the price in Karagata? The farmer must be able to know. Slowly we are moving in that direction, but all mandals, this ENAM facility has to be there, so that the exploitation of the farmers will get reduced. Compared to other countries, China, Brazil and the United States, our production levels are low. I've been to Vietnam some time back. India introduced coffee. India introduced paddy, or Swaminathan. But their paddy production per quintal, per acre, is more than ours. Such a small country. Why? We are lacking in that. So we need to really focus more research on this, and then that's where this lab to land is important. I do agree with Padmanabha Garu, I've been saying this, all these agricultural colleges, these labs should be attached to a particular number of villages. The students must go to those villages and lead the farmers as part of their degree. That is very much required. It's too late. Now, a lot of students are showing interest in agricultural courses also. That's a positive thing. For that, I feel that the modern technology should reach the farming community. For that, the research institutes, the agriculture colleges, and agriculture graduates, they need to work in the rural areas. Then only you will be able to understand the problems and challenges, and you will be able to provide some solutions to that. Some time back, I saw 2 cinemas during this COVID only. One is that Maharshi, another is the latest Srikaram. The engineering graduates, software engineers, they give up their profession and go back to their villages and join their parents. Parents were not happy because they want their children to be happy and they want their children to be more comfortable. That's why they have spent so much money and then educated them. So parents were unhappy that way. But still, of course, it is a cinema. Cinema is cinema, but both the cinemas were motivational. I rarely go to cinema. I rarely talk about cinema or tweet about cinema. I tweeted on my own about these 2 cinemas, movies, because they're inspiring. Crop diversification, and then knowing the marketing conditions, making weather forecast available to the farmers, and guiding the farmers to come together, whether you call it as cooperative, farmers produce organization, or you call it as a group cultivation, you need to go back to that. There is no other way. With land holdings below 1 hectare, how do you expect the farmer to sustain himself on his own? So you need to bring them together. As Padmanabhaji was telling about cooperatives in Maharashtra, the Amul, even some of the experiments of our dairies, earlier including Sangam Dairy, and also the other good examples are there. Cooperative movement in Maharashtra has done wonders in the sugarcane initially. But now unfortunately politicians have entered these cooperatives, and now you know what is happening to the agriculture cooperative banks. We need to reform that, and we need to ensure from those challenges, and then encourage farmers to form cooperatives and seize the opportunities. I feel, as was rightly mentioned, Parliament, political leaders and parties, policy makers and press must proactively adopt a positive bias. I call it as bias. Our system till the other day was urban biased, organized biased. Organized people, they threaten to go on strike, and then immediately you attend their problem. And these people are not that much organized, so they don't get a priority. So you need to adopt a positive bias towards agriculture, and a radical shift in making agriculture profitable. That is the need of the hour. We must also ensure the growth, steady and also sustainable. The experts and scientists who are all focusing their attention on this, they should focus on this aspect, and private sector also need to be encouraged. I am not against private sector. Private sector, so that there is competition. The government alone cannot do everything. You know, government's duty is to provide infrastructure, road, irrigation, electricity, godowns, credit. This is the duty of the government. If the government start doing business, you know what will happen. I need not explain. From Air India to even to the FCI, the challenges FCI is facing nowadays. So government and private sector, we are going through PPP model, we need to encourage them, but there has to be safeguards so that the private sector do not monopolize and then exploit the producers. And some of the suggestions in this book find resonance with the solutions that are necessary for achieving growth in the agriculture sector. And I feel that more and more books and more people showing interest in agriculture is very much required. And I personally feel that it's time that education is educate youngsters, go back to their village and take up agriculture, taking it as a passion. That's why I appreciate those two cinemas. That's the message from those cinemas. And I have seen the other day also, even in Telangana, Mallikarjun Reddy, he has given up his software career, Karimnagar, and doing good work. And then this organic, natural farming, there is a lot of fascination towards that also. They need to be encouraged. And agriculture do not mean you have a big area farming and all. You can have agriculture, even vegetables, growing vegetables in the backyard and we are in the terrace, we are all seeing new experiments being done, and they need to be given importance by the media. Fortunately, some sections of the media are giving importance to. Recently, I had an occasion to meet 4 Telangana farmers, ideal farmers, who have got awards, to interact with them, know their experience. They are all feeling proud. But that lot of people are coming to their farms after seeing that they got award and also reading about what they are doing. And then they are also going for multi-crops, not focusing on one crop. And also intercrop cultivation. Some time back, Manage, our institute, has conducted a study. One interesting aspect of that study is that was about farmer suicides. No farmer with a backyard poultry or a dairy has committed suicide. What does it mean? So you need to diversify, you need to go for poultry, you need to go for dairy, aquaculture, pisciculture, food processing. There are other various allied activities. We need to encourage farmers to go through. Educated youth can guide the farmers. And moreover, what is it that educated youth, everybody is going to do? You are not going to get jobs. Everybody may say that they will provide jobs. It is impossible for any government, this government or that government, forget that politics. Though political parties, they try to score points with each other. Is it possible for all these graduates to get government jobs? Impossible. Even private sector, to what extent? Job is to work now. They must work now. Without work, providing a job, what will happen? Already in government sector, you have surplus people. Surplus people. More. I have experience in government also for some time. I have seen also how many officers and how many staff we have. And then I have experience of working in the party with how many people I worked there. The amount of productive this thing. So these are all realities, though people may feel shy to talk about them, and then if you talk about downsizing government, then you will be downsized politically. That is the fear. But that's a reality. So we need to motivate younger generation towards agriculture. There are a lot of opportunities. We can supply food to the entire world community. And India has that talent. You have seen even right from PPP kits to masks to even latest vaccination. India is showing the way. And world is looking towards India. We need to focus in those allied agriculture activities, including diversification of crops, as I told you, and then make agriculture more profitable. So what I want to say is that increase productivity, production and reduce losses, increase market access of agriculture produce through marketing reforms, post-harvest manufacture. I saw a wonderful argument. They said, if you encourage private people and if these people do not come to mandis, what will happen to mandis? Mandis also must survive, na? They should also survive. They should compete with private people. Reduce input cost of farmers, optimization of resources used as inputs, undertake governance and structural reforms, as I said, expand risk mitigation measures, including insurance, and also increase investment in agriculture. The government need to invest in agriculture. Link development activities in sectors such as water resources, soil health, food processing, rural development, power, information technology, environment, fertilizers and other sectors to agriculture development, and diversify to organic farming. Health-wise, we have also realized that organic food, now people are moving towards organic food, it's become costly. If you more and more people join that sector, then it also becomes really viable. Otherwise, okay, only upper middle class and rich people are able to get organic food. Not everybody that way. And with COVID, one lesson we have to learn is that physical fitness, some exercise, yoga, or walking, or other things. Physical fitness provides you mental alertness also. And eating proteinous food, proper food. We must educate our children to avoid junk food. These pistas and burgers, they may be suitable to those countries, not to us. Fortunately, our forefathers have given thousands of varieties. And there are natural medicines that are available in our food. So many people are thinking about it because this COVID has compelled everybody. And people are looking to any solution that is offered. And we are going back to that. Kashayam now. So now, now, these are all things that were there for thousands of years. నేను మాడుతుంటే ఒక అబ్బాయి చెప్పాడు, సార్ బాగానే ఉంది మీరు చెప్పేది, కానీ ఇప్పుడు ఫుడ్ అంతా ఇన్స్టెంట్ ఫుడ్ సార్. మరి బాబు చెప్పాను వాడికి, ఇన్స్టెంట్ ఫుడ్ అంటే కాన్స్టెంట్ డిసీజ్ నాయన, అర్థం చేసుకోను. ఫుడ్ కెనాట్ బి ఇన్స్టెంట్, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి ప్రాపర్లీ కుక్డ్. సో వీ నీడ్ టు ఎడ్యుకేట్ అండ్ ఆల్సో రీవిజిట్ అవర్ ఏన్షియంట్ ఫుడ్ సిస్టమ్ అండ్ ప్రాపగేట్ ద సేమ్. ప్రజలు స్లోగా అర్థం చేసుకుంటున్నారు, మిగతా దేశాలు కూడా తెచ్చుకుంటున్నాయి. అవన్నీ కూడా మన ఆహారపు అలవాటు వైపు చూస్తూ ఉన్నారు. అందుకని మన అందరం కూడా తిరిగి ఈ యొక్క మన జీవన శైలి వైపు, మన ఆహారపు అలవాట్ల వైపు జనాన్ని తిరిగి ఆలోచింపజేయాల్సిన అవసరంతో ఉంది. ఈరోజు ఈ వ్యవసాయం ఒక ఎంటర్ప్రెనర్ యాక్టివిటీగా తయారు చేయాలంటే ముందు అది లాభసాటి కావాలి. దానికి కావాల్సిన ఒక ప్లాట్ఫామ్ని తయారు చేయడం గవర్నమెంట్ యొక్క డ్యూటీ కూడా. దాంతోపాటు మన ఆత్మనిర్భర భారత్ అంటే మనం అన్ని రంగాల్లో మనము సొంతంగా మన కాళ్ళపై మనం నిలబడే ప్రయత్నం చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఎంతో ఉంది. ఇందాక చెప్తూ నా కరీంనగర్ జిల్లా చొప్పదండి మండలం పెద్ద కుర్మపల్లి, ఆ గ్రామంలో లక్ష్మారెడ్డి కుమారుడు మల్లికార్జున రెడ్డి బీటెక్ చదివి సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఉద్యోగం చేసి ఊరికెళ్ళి ఆరోగ్యవంతమైన జీవనాన్ని ఎదుర్కొంటూ స్వగ్రామానికి మకాం మార్చాడు. తన సమీకృత వ్యవసాయంపై దృష్టి సారించాడు. ఇంటికి అవసరమైన ఆహార పదార్థాలన్నీ రసాయనాలు లేకుండా పండించుకున్నాడు అనే ఉదాహరణ. ఇలాంటి ఉదాహరణ చాలా ఉన్నాయి, తాజాగా వచ్చిన. అందుకని చదువుకున్న యువకులు గ్రామాల వైపు తల్లి వ్యవసాయంపై దృష్టి పెట్టి దాని అనుబంధ రంగాల్లో రైతులు మరింత ప్రోత్సాహపరిచి తమ విజ్ఞానాన్ని ఉపయోగించి వ్యవసాయ రంగంలో ప్రయోగాలు చేపట్టి నూతన పోకడలను అనుసరిస్తూ కొత్త ఆవిష్కరణల ద్వారా గ్రామస్తులకు మార్గదర్శనం చేయాలని చెప్పి నేను భావిస్తూ ఉన్నాను. కేవలం 1-2 పంటలకు పరిమితం కాకుండా మార్కెట్ డిమాండ్ని బట్టి వివిధ పంటలపై దృష్టి కేంద్రీకరించాలి. ఏ పంట మనకు లాభసాటి అవుతుంది అని చూడాలి. సో కల్టివేట్ డిఫరెంట్ క్రాప్స్ in tune with the demand. That should be thinking. Cultivation of this paddy and wheat is no good. We already have surplus production of these products. So some of these ideas I wanted to share with you on the occasion of this wonderful book release function. Sri Mohan has told me that this book is ready, sir. Because of COVID, can you release it? And he was insisting it should be released at the earliest. You can release it even virtual also. Virtual lo actual lo ఉన్నంత సంతోషం సంతృప్తి ఉండదు. Though virtual has become factual in the recent days. Actual అంటే నేను చెప్పాను, మా సెక్రటరీ సుబ్బారావు గారు చెప్తున్నాడు, సార్ మోహన్ కందా ఫోన్ చేస్తున్నాడు, వచ్చేవారైనా పర్వాలేదు తొందరగా చేసేయమంటున్నాడని. నేను చెప్పాను, నాకు ఆయన చూడాలని ఉందయ్యా, వ్యక్తిగతంగా చూడాలని ఉంది. ఎందుకంటే ఒక చైతన్యవంతమైన యొక్క అధికారి, చైతన్యవంతమైన ఆలోచనలు కలిగిన వాడు. దో ఈజ్ రిటైర్డ్, ఈజ్ నాట్ టైర్డ్, ఈజ్ టేకింగ్ అప్ public issues and has been writing books, writing articles also, which are very useful. చదువుకున్న వాళ్ళు, అనుభవం ఉన్న వాళ్ళు తమ అనుభవాలను ఇతరులతో పంచుకోవాలి. అనుభవాలను పంచుకుంటే వాళ్ళు కూడా దాన్ని పెంచుకుంటారు. తద్వారా మన యొక్క పురోగతికి, మన యొక్క జీవనాన్ని మరింత సంతోషంగా గడపడానికి ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. ఆ ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్న శ్రీ మోహన్ కందా గారిని మనసారా అభినందిస్తూ, మీ అందరికీ అభినందన తెలుపుతూ సెలవు తీసుకున్నాను. నమస్కారం.
Thank you, sir. As usual, your extempore message has been very motivating and inspirational. As the agriculture fraternity, the most important takeaway